Secrets and strategies for identifying, hiring, and sustaining advisors. Not that that's that important.
Who are you?
I'm the top one. I'm Alan. You put me on top because you're very nice. I'm Garfunkel.
Great. I'm Dana, Big Picture Learning. Okay, so this is not the right room to say this in, but I would argue that being an advisor is actually the hardest role in all of education. So you're balancing all these different things. You got crazy kids. You got to keep mentors happy. You have to keep your principals happy. It's a really difficult job. So you want the best people out there, and then you want to keep them happy. You don't want to get the wrong people, the people who fight with their colleagues, who are like yelling at their kids with blowhorns. This is a real woman who sued the school district for moving her to a lower school because she is allergic and afraid of young children. It's an actual teacher in the Midwest. So we would argue that using the big picture model, rigor, relevance, and relationships in your hiring and sustaining practices could avoid situations like this where you have...
It's a Charlie Plant school in San Francisco.
Okay, so relevance. A big part of relevance when you're thinking about hiring is people who are passionate about things in the world. If we want our kids to find out what they're passionate about, we want adults who are passionate about things. So a teacher who's also a rock climber, that's my dog. He's passionate about reading, as you can see. Obama's not just our president, he loves basketball. You want to do rigor?
In terms of rigor, we want to get staff that are just like us in this room. They want to push rigor. They want to push folks to learn. You see right here, we have folks making things.
Tinkering.
We want folks to tinker.
So the relationship aspect is important, and you want to think about when you're hiring people who are going to get along well with their students and relate to their students the right way. Principals who are going to relate to other principals well. We want you to find advisors who are going to interact with their colleagues in a great way. And
very real and genuine smiles.
Yes. So the question we are going to answer in our workshop is, how can I identify, hire, and keep the best advisors at my school? Those were all some jokes about how not to do it. There are also some great practices that we look at resumes and interviewing questions to really get to the heart of getting the best people in your school. This is Alan's resume.
This is what got me here. This is what landed me here. This is the fine print. And so papers...
Please read it. It's
paper screening this stuff is important. Don't read it. You're already looking at my phone somewhere. I can't believe you're really passing around the phone.
Okay, we also want to think... So we're going to look at some real resumes in our workshop from advisors that are at our big picture schools now. We're also going to look at good questions to ask in interviews. This one's funny. It says we're sick of asking the same old questions to each applicant, so we've decided to be flexible and creative. What's your favorite football team? We'll give you stuff better than that, we promise. Do you want to do this one?
Well, if you get that chance, and in my particular district, I didn't get a demo lesson for certain teachers. So it deals with how to deal with what you got to deal with within your district. Some of you have a lot more autonomy than others. And you bask in that glory. So one of the things that we were talking about is you have this dream team, and as Andrew can attest to in Sacramento, we have this awesome group of educators. So how do we turn them into the leaders now where they've run off to Harvard and leave you? So these are some things. You empower them. Then they forget about you. And then you deal with this. You can have a day at the beach and... But these are the concerns. Lack of hiring autonomy. If you're dealing with a union, and I'm not anti-union, don't hurt me, but you have to deal with that. You deal with the dance of the lemons. Are you an independent charter, or are you just a school? And then this is us being the secret to keeping your staff happy and productive is sometimes, and I hope, clap if you agree, sometimes we just have to get the heck out of the way and let them do the job that we hired them to do.
Well said. So these are the things we're going to talk about. The 3 R's of hiring, we're going to look through some resumes and find some great things to look for when you're looking at resumes. Go through some interview questions. We know you guys have best practices for interview questions, so it'll be a chance to share those as well. also talking about sustaining teachers in terms of best practices. And we'll have fun.
We're going to have fun. We're going to make trinkets as well.
We're going to tinker.
We're going to tinker.
Yeah, we're going to.
That was Dana, and I'm Alan. Can I have my phone back?